Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Myreside in the capital of Scotland, as we're going to bring you the live coverage of the Women's Premiership final, and that's going to be contested between Watsonians and Stirling County. And after a long campaign in the league, it was Watsonians who have sit top and pretty after 14 games. They've only drawn one, so there's a bit of distance between them and Stirling County in second. Stirling County still have a game to play, but they've lost two, 1-11. But it all comes down to this, the Premiership final between these two great clubs, the Trailblazers in women's rugby. And alongside me this afternoon is Heather Lockhart. And I'm sure you're keenly waiting for this game to get underway, because this is going to be a cracker.
Absolutely. Cup final, knockout rugby, 1 against 2. It's just really exciting. And in fact, Watsonians, undefeated so far, are still out training there. Their warm-up has been ferocious, as has Stirling County's, and both teams are absolutely raring to go.
And it's an interesting dynamic in league rugby to go the full campaign. Obviously, Watsonians have been brilliant. You know, they've swept everybody aside. They've obviously drawn that one game the other weekend there. But it just comes down to this one game. And Stirling County, who have just lost touch in the league in terms of obviously getting close in terms of a points accumulation, they're still the current holders, and that gives them a big incentive going into this.
Very much so. Watsonians, only time they met on the field this campaign, Watsonians won 39-21, and they said they lost their heads a bit, they lost their composure, Stirling County, so they'll be looking very much to have their composure back today.
So Watsonians are just heading into the sheds, and they'll get the last rallying calls from head coach Bruce Miller, who's been leading this team excellently over the last few years. Current Ceribini Cup holders as well, which they won at Murrayfield back in May. And they're going to be taking on the current holders of the Premiership title. And it's great to see these two sides on the main pitch here at Myreside. And there's a fair amount of spectators as well coming into the stands to absorb this action.
I know, it's absolutely great. As you say, both champions, both current champions, 1 cup, 1 league, and it's just so exciting. And yeah, it's great to have it on the main pitch. And Watsonians Club very much putting on a show today for all spectators.
All spectators, young and old, as I'm sure this little one's going to be taking in a rugby game for their first time, perhaps.
Certainly not going to be cold today.
Yeah, well wrapped up. I'm getting a bit jealous there, actually, watching that young one in the stand. But it's probably a good time to have a little look at the two sides that have been preparing for this final. And the home side, Watsonians, in head coach Bruce Miller's words were that they had about 28 players to pick from for this final. So some players, unfortunately, are going to be missing out, but as you can see there, it's a strong squad from Watsonians. We've got Manila Towie on the wing, a young 17-year-old wearing number 14, made her debut against Christopher Cougars last weekend, and she has got speed to burn. And Briar McNamara in the centres as well, a high try scoring inside centre. And then in the middle row, Sophie Anderson is chipped in with 11 tries so far this season, and Kaylee King as well. Partnering in the middle row will have throwing duties, and in what was a blustery day, it's going to be vital that she gets her set piece nailed on. Some important players on the bench as well, such as Julie Lyons, Jessica Elliott and Mary Nelson coming off the bench to make an impact. Also a note for number 8 there, Freya Walker will be wearing H on her back after the number 8 shirt was retired back after the untimely death of Kerry Holdsworth in 2014, and it's certainly a great tribute to her legacy. And now for what is the visitors in this final, after finishing second in the league campaign. They've got another really strong squad. Both coaches really happy with the makeups of their squads going into it, and I think the sisters are certainly notable components in this Stirling County team. Kirsty and Katie, wearing 12 and 10 respectively, are going to be really important in this game. The daughter of head coach Mark Ainsworth, but certainly Katie is a dynamic 10, gets round the corner really well and chips in with a lot of points. The current top league point scorer on 153 points, which is certainly a brilliant tally to be having. And then a really, really robust and dynamic back row for Stirling County. They've got Tagaini Kuru, Heather Davis and Rachel Cox in the back row, all chipped in with tries so far this season, so they'll be having to be watched very, very carefully throughout proceedings. And as well, again, another strong bench with the likes of Elsa Quigley, Ailey Graham and Joy Fletcher to enter the fray at some point in this fixture. And certainly two strong teams there, Heather, that are gunning and ready to get their hands on that Premiership trophy, which is just in front of the stand here at Myreside. But there'll certainly be a few players that are going to need to be at the top of their game to try and lead their team towards victory.
You mentioned lead their team to victory, and I think that's key. The two nines are both captains, Rachel Law and Jodie Murdoch, and they both mean absolutely everything for them to lead their teams to victory today. Interesting enough, Sophie Anderson, you mentioned tries. Sophie Anderson at number 4 for Watsonians, 11 tries. Katie Ainsworth at number 10 for Stirling County, just clipping her at 13 tries. So I think that's really interesting. A second row against a number 10. Let's see who wins.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting to see the contributions that some of these players have made to their squads, and obviously in the back rows as well of both sides. They can all chip in with tries and all had a lot of appearances as well, so it's a bit of continuity and consistency in these squads. There's probably one player who bucks the trend, and that's Towie on the wing.
Yeah, interesting that she's just come in last week. I think really exciting. Lucy Winter, I was chatting to her earlier, just said how she steps up in training. She's young, she's 17, but she's quite happy and holds her own at training and quite happy to chip in, so that's great to see. And yeah, interesting that Watsonians, none of them have played in every single game, so there's been that squad rotation for Watsonians, feeling fresh. Stirling County not played for 3 weeks since the 25th of November. They've got 5 players that have played all games, so it's going to be interesting to see. Front row, Chloe Brown and Aisha Sutcliffe having played all games, along with Katie Ainsworth, Kirsty Ainsworth and Rachel Cox at 8.
And obviously a little note about Towie with a little bit of inexperience. There's 9 players that have survived from the championship winning squad last year in the Stirling County team, and it could come down to one of these games, who can hold their nerve, and it comes down to experience sometimes, doesn't it?
It's interesting you talk about experience. I think what's key is it's not the age, it's the rugby experience. For instance, Rachel Law has played for 21 years, started playing at the age of 4, still a young and coming up and still fighting for representative honours. And I think she's played for Murrayfield Wanderers, she's played at under 18 Scotland level, both at 7s and 15s. So it's just fantastic in this day and age that we've got that pathway system that players can play for an early age. And so when the jump up to senior rugby is just not such a big jump.
There's going to be a lot of twists and turns in this game, a lot to play for in this brilliant fixture, and obviously we've got the trophy. There's the potential for some regional honours as well, and representing Edinburgh and Glasgow in the forthcoming Celtic Challenge, so a lot on offer for these players.
Absolutely, the squads I think are being announced for the Celtic Challenge. First match is Edinburgh against Glasgow, Saturday the 30th of December, 12 o'clock kick-off at the Hive, and then thereafter Edinburgh against Glasgow Warriors men's match at 3 o'clock. So what a day for rugby. So if you're thinking about going down to watch, I'd very much recommend that.
Brilliant to get the opportunity to put these talented players on a platform and bring it live to you here from Myreside. As you can see just in the corner of your screens, that's the Stirling County captain Jodie Murdoch, just jovial at the moment and just ready to lead her team, and joined by her counterpart on the other side, Rachel Law. Both scrum halves leading their side as they stare down at that trophy, just ready to run onto the pitch. And what is a blustery day here at Myreside, and they're going to be warmly welcomed onto the pitch, led on by the mascot as well. And these two teams have done all they can, the coaches have said all they can say, and it's now time to do their talking on the pitch, and it's game time now, Heather.
Absolutely. Both sides will just be rearing to go and to get a brilliant start and just to get a feel for the conditions. Both sides have been out there warming up for a long period, so they'll have got a feel for the pitch and the conditions, but match conditions can be different.
And it's going to be a difficult game to manage as well with the conditions we've got here with the wind, but that is going to fall upon Chelsea Gillespie, who you've just seen on your screen there. She'll be supported by Mary Pringle, Alana McLean. And we've also got Yvonne Tunnicliffe as well, waiting in the wings to help support the match officials. So it's an all-female affair here at Myreside. We're almost ready to go. Chelsea Gillespie blasting the whistle, and it's Watsonians to get us underway. And the restart goes short, and it's come back on the Watsonian side straight away. And it's gone to plan for the home side, the current leaders in the table in this final in the Premiership. Watsonians take it to the line, great offload round the back and keeping that free arm, looking to move the point of contact. Watsonians enjoying the first 30 seconds, getting the ball back from the restart. And it's an attritional start from Watsonians. They win the penalty. And this is an interesting call here, so early in the game, but in Cup Rugby essentially, points mean prizes, and right in front of the posts. We've got a slight injury there as well, but it's certainly a big decision here as to what option you're going to take for the captain.
Yeah, I think Brian McNamara is hanging around, but I think they might well take the points, but we'll see. Susie Clements is just down there at number 10, but receiving some treatment, but she looks to be okay.
Susie Clements back on her feet, taking her position with that heavily strapped right knee.
Well, they're playing.
And Law is looking to go to the set piece, and that's to be fair, it's a brilliant call as well. Centre field opens up some spaces for some of these outside backs, and you can start to see Amy Conkey is actually starting to stretch the width already. I think sizes up an opportunity.
It's interesting, I think Susie called that because she came across just when she got up. Susie Clements there, obviously just confidence in their set piece.
First test for both of these sides. And it's a solid first effort from Watsonians. They get the ball and pick it at the back, and Law folds round. She finds her fly half partner, then an acute line bursting through and heading through, and Watsonians go in for the first try. And it's Shannon Macy who's just run a brilliant line off the shoulder. And 2 minutes gone here, and it's first blood to Watsonians.
Yeah, Watsonians from their previous game against Stirling County, they had the upper hand in the scrums. Great decision there to take it, and that was a set move and just really great hands and solid set piece. And Shannon Macy, real pace there, and already got 7 tries and adding to it. Look, we can see Rachel Law, and then the fullback just coming in that line off her fly half, just fending off any tacklers. That's a great play, great play.
Good decision from the backs to go for the scrum, because I think they knew they had a lot of dangerous components in behind that set piece. And it worked brilliantly with Shannon Macy just running that acute line and managing to fend off Katie Ainsworth as the conversion attempt out wide. It's just going to drop short. It certainly had the accuracy, but it just fell short there from Brian McNamara. But I think that certainly Bruce Miller will be happy with the start from this side, from this try. Great wrap around there and great.
Just that hole there, yeah. Just the defensively, Stirling County, yeah, the winger just not quite linking up and spotting that short line.
Luring in the defence, and now play back underway. Katie Ainsworth kicks it deep inside the Watsonians half, and Watsonians, as they try and escape from deep, are well marshalled.
No hands.
Evading the first point of contact there. Both teams in their warm-up going through their shape pretty well and showing great composure. It's a different kettle of fish when you've got another 15 opponents in front of you. And Watsonians managed to get the penalty there for the high challenge. So again, after scoring tries, it's always really important that you don't make an error after that set piece, and then when the ball gets back in play. And Watsonians have played that perfectly there. As McNamara kicks downfield, she makes her touch as well, and that's as textbook as you're going to get it.
I know, like when you've got someone like Bry in your team, I mean, ex-footballer from New Zealand, played New Zealand under 17 and under 20 level football, very comfortable kicking and has got distance and accuracy as well. And you just see her with the ball tucked under arm, yep, no problem, I can take the kick.
Hold the line.
Chelsea Gillespie, match official, just loitering on the touchline, signalling the orders as King throws in. It's been flapped back on a county side, so not going to plan here for the home side as Stirling County now get their first real opportunity with the ball in hand. And you can see the pace getting around the corner from Ainsworth there, distributing and bringing some of her teammates into play, exploiting the gaps in the Watsonians' defence. Again, Ainsworth taking the ball to the line, a flat pass, luring the Watsonians' defenders into action. Ainsworth gets round the corner so quickly, and now she's just scampering into the Watsonians' half. Well defended there. Watsonian's managing to get back, but the tempo is still in this attack here from Stirling County. First time inside the Watsonians half with ball in hand. Ailsa Luke now carrying forward. The sting in this attack somewhat dampened, but another big powerful carry from the Stirling County forwards.
Step here.
Finister having to go in and clear out and secure that ball.
Take a step.
And County now enjoying a spell with the ball in hand and shrugging off challenges at will.
Hindmost.
Got the advantage coming as well as
Advantage for high tackle.
another pass, another accurate pass from Ainsworth, and a robust challenge coming in from Watsonians. No love lost between these two sides. And County are able to get over that gain line every single time they've got the ball in hand. Another opportunity here for Sutcliffe.
Roll.
Up towards the 22-metre line now. That break from Ainsworth has certainly dislodged this Watsonians defence.
Release now.
Advantage gone now. Ainsworth again round the corner, steps back on her right foot and is powered back in the challenge. And County do well to secure that ball. Sophie Murphy clattered in defence as well.
Lost it now.
Watsonians looking for some big shots on the runners. And getting round there as well as Fiona Keys.
No hands. One.
Loose pass from Ainsworth, but it's bounced off into the hands of Keys. And defensively, again, Watsonians are starting to eat away at the ground that Stirling County are trying to scavenge back. And a flat pass from Ainsworth. It's certainly been a key component in this last 5 minutes for Stirling County. Gets round the corner again, flags that flat pass to Rachel Coxon now. Stirling County sniffing opportunity out wide. Great defence and great scramble again from Watsonians, but now they're out wide, but the referee has signalled the penalty.
Stay up.
Great endeavour from Stirling County, attacking play brilliant, but Watsonians defensively robust header.
Yeah, we know about Watsonian's defensive prowess. It's the best in the league, only conceding 166 points to date, but fantastic play there from the lost line out. Stirling County just showing just sort of around the 22 and then getting into the opposition's half. Katie Ainsworth showing her prowess.
McNamara just lumps it downfield, didn't find touch, but has got a great distance on that. And Stirling County now inside their own 22, try and escape, but the ball has been ripped from their clutches. And now Watsonians are looking to try and turn a little bit of defence into attack. Distributing, tipping the ball on, and a powerful carry yet again.
Hindmost.
The collisions in this game, this opening 8 minutes, have been pretty tasty anyway between these two sides, but Chelsea Gillespie signalling the penalty is going to go the way of the home side. I believe that is for offside from Stirling County. It's a physical encounter so far.
Oh, very much so. Stirling County definitely playing off 10 there. Katie Ainsworth just looking to bring her forwards into the game and just veering at some inside passes as well, but her line break initially was superb. But Watsonian's tough defensive wall.
You were mentioning before the game got underway as Watsonians are going through their last drills with Bruce Miller about how it was so defensively focused, and it's paying dividends just now because they were under a lot of pressure. You know, you felt like you were always mentioning Ainsworth getting round the corner, but she's so lightning quick and changes the point of attack. Watsonians have to be sharp to plug those gaps, and they're doing a good job so far.
Yeah, she's always looking. You can see where can I go, and she changes really easily at the last minute and brings what she needs to into play. Very good.
Captain Rachel Law is signalled from the penalty. She wants a scrum, centre field yet again. It's going to be another opportunity for these two sides to lock horns up front.
6. Hold the weight.
Law feeds, steady platform, picked at the base from Walker. Into the hands of McNamara, and she powers forwards. Now the loose hands, and now it's into the hands of Towie, who almost stretches in but is well defended in the corner. Finister was over there as well. Great defensive work alongside Sarah Murdoch. As County got back and
5.
were able to deal with that. Rachel Law now with the ball in hand. The penalty coming the way of the home side. They go quickly and they look to just power the way over the line.
Roll.
Rachel Law deploying the heavy artillery up front. And another robust carry forward. I thought it was inches away from the line, but Chelsea Gillespie has signalled that there's been a try there. Another powerful carry from the forwards, and another opportunity for them to get over the whitewash.
High tackle.
And it's another score. And Abernethy was instrumental in the build-up of that play, but Pullman in the end was able just to charge her way over the line and get another score and double the advantage here for Watsonians.
Huge composure there by Watsonians. They know what they're about, backing that forward play. Pullman was in Italy over the summer with a few other girls on the pitch today, with the under-20s, Scottish Futures in Italy and Ireland as well. An invaluable experience, and showing our strength there today.
McNamara with a conversion attempt into challenge in swirling windy conditions, but makes no mistake this time and got the additional 2 points. And Watsonians, after 10 minutes gone in this game, now lead by 12 points to 0 against Stirling County. And you get another great view of that powerful run from the try scorer Pullman.
Too many in a row. Yeah, thank you. So I couldn't find it.
Yeah, it's interesting. They've got Pullman is at the hooker position, but she's not throwing in. It's really 3 props, and I think that's going to be a sign of strength today for them.
Law gathers and then doesn't fancy a physical run out of her 22 and just tips the ball on. And certainly the strength of the Watsonians forwards was almost shown there, but they've been pickpocketed, and now Brogan is now running towards the 22. Ainsworth tips the ball on in a charge forward. Tagani Kurukuru with her first real challenge with the ball in hand, her 40. Good footwork yet again from Stirling County, but they've been stripped on the ground. I think Pullman arrives with the ball, secures it, the cavalry arrive, and Watsonians secure the ball in the shadows of their own 22, looking to protect this 12-point lead and consolidate their position as the form team in women's rugby in Scotland. Kick downfield, the bouncing ball, and where is this going to bounce? Conkey was on to that one, but just run out of space on the touchline on the left wing. And he's just rolled into touch.
On the line, please.
It's a great clearance kick yet again from Watsonians, and so far, 12 minutes into this game, they've managed the game in the areas that they've been in probably better than what Stirling County have.
I think Stirling kind of had these 2 chances, and they've completed the attack. They've got their line breaks, powerful carries, Holland Bogan there, and Tagani Kurukuru, but just relieving the pressure. Watsonians, they are soaking it up.
That's fine.
Delay to the line out, but Sutcliffe is ready to throw in ball high above her head.
Step down. Your ball. Thank you. Step down.
Chelsea Gillespie not happy with the gap in the line out. And that's a brilliant throw into that line out as well. Well gathered and well controlled by Bogan. And unfortunately, the efforts in the line out do not bear fruit. So went a bit further out, and King has just fumbled the ball in midfield. And it gives Watsonians another great attacking opportunity from this scrum.
Yeah, you were talking about Holland Bogan there. She took the line out really well. Captain of Scotland under-18s. And we've got a change coming on here.
Kira McDonald. A replacement for the Stirling County. I think it's Hayley Fleming actually wearing number 17. She is going to be a replacement for Tagani Kurukuru, who's been withdrawn.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Early replacement for Stirling County. And another put into the scrum in a very tasty position for Watsonians. Solid and strong, and Law just loiters. And now the ball gets through the hands and running around the back again is McNamara, and powering through a couple of challenges, and she's got pace as well. And that loose pass just not going to hand, because Towie was loitering with intent out wide, just not able to gather the ball. But again here, great lines of running and attack from Watsonians.
Very much so, and McNamara deceptively fast, just that burst of, and she's powerful in the contact, just not quite getting the pass away to Towie.
Embracing her inner Sonny Bill Williams with the ball at the back door there.
Absolutely.
You can tell she's played sport at some level in New Zealand anyway. The influence is evident from that charge into the 22. Thrown to the line out from Stirling County, just went awry as well. So Stirling County at the moment compounding errors, and they've given Watsonians another chance here, deep in the 22, with another scrum. And the backs just having a little conversation off camera as to how they're going to go through their repertoire here.
Crutch.
A difficult position for the scrum as well. For the scrum half to get the ball away. You might see Freya Walker
Hold, Stirling.
taking in charge and round the corner. Square scrum. Was at the base. The forwards have put it in a great position for it. They're trying to get the ball through the hands. They've almost manipulated that overlap. The ball has not been distributed, but probably rightfully so, just kept in hand, and Law gets round quickly, manages to find Conkey, and powerful and staying upright at the start, but Stirling County do well to strip the ball out of their clutches. And now in the shadows of their own post, Stirling County have got to show composure here. Ainsworth, the overlap is there, and County showing great appetite to attack from deep.
No forward, no entry.
About 15 metres away from their own line. Ainsworth again distributing. The charge from the forwards has been so many impressive charges from both sides in the pack. Chance here to go round the outside. Great defence there from Conkey, who's having a good game on the left wing for Watsonians, and has perhaps helped her side win the penalty. And it was a roll of the dice from Stirling County to attack from deep, especially into the conditions with the wind, but again defensive pressure coming out on top.
Lucy Winter there, she's done a couple of things in the beginning of this game, just really smart, playing at 6 there for Watsonians. Been playing down south, now back up here, and really robust and astute second back row.
Both back rows in this game, and the middle rows as well, have been impressive in the carry. And McNamara there in the midfield for Watsonians has been involved in the thick of the action.
I know, nice to see her relax and knowing what they need to do.
17 minutes gone, Watsonians in the driving seat. They hit their target at the line out, they bring it down. The forwards looking to try and set this platform now and charge it forward. It starts turning, the cogs are winding round. Hands in there from Stirling County, the dummy there from Law, and then she's been shackled close to the driving maul. And the forwards are going to have to get a move on to protect their captain. They do well, driven laterally across the field. Now Watsonians look to pick and go. The loose ball has been swept up by Stirling. Looking for runners round the corner to secure that platform, but it has been stripped yet again, and now Watsonians charging towards the line. A great defensive effort, they've got the overlap, they just need to try and pick the pockets there. Defensively, Stirling County maintain their position. The forwards charge yet again, round the corner, they twist and turn. But the defensive fortitude of Stirling County is still yet to be breached on this foray into towards the try line. The sting of this attack comes off somewhat. Pick and go round the corner, and it's over yet again. Another try for Watsonians, and it's powerful work from the forwards. In the end, benefactor is Lucy Winter, who gets the try and protected by the rest of her pack. And Watsonians are getting a firm grip of this game now, winning the battle up front. And you can see here that attritional battle close to the line. Winter just able to squeeze over.
Yeah, just great reorganisation after that good line-out drive, and just patience, and King just forcing Winter over. We talked about Winter just there, and yeah, one to watch in this game, and very much a forwards try there.
It all came from again an attacking move from Stirling County, looking to break free from their own half. Perhaps the narrative of this game will perhaps show us, with the wind that is here at Myreside, they might show us why they're choosing these options. It's a really strong wind that McNamara has to try and kick into now, and again successful. It's easy as you like, just that right-footed swing at it, and another 2 points added to the Watsonians' cause.
Yeah, given the conditions, absolutely outstanding. Really just a natural kicker, keeping that scoreboard ticking.
Yeah, I just got there, second.
Another glimpse at the try there, the forwards all congregated on the scene. And that was probably the easiest passage of play from that whole thing. The ball stripped and, you know, going through the phases. You
mentioned really Sophie Anderson. I mean, what absolute superb strip, and she's just opening up there. She sometimes plays 8 and an asset, a real asset at 4.
You can see why she scored 11 tries so far this season.
Very much so.
The way that she stormed towards the line, powering through yet again. And Watsonians from that restart, they shifted the point of contact there, Stirling County, but the same end result. They were met with a physical confrontation, but the ball knocked on from Watsonians. Scooped up by Femister. And the referee, Chelsea Gillespie, will bring that back for a put into the scrum. You can see as the evening starts to creep in on us here in Edinburgh's capital. It's a healthy sprinkling of spectators here in the stand. It is absolutely phenomenal to see. It's a really healthy crowd here at Myreside. They've been treated to a really physical battle between these two teams.
We were talking here about the visibility of the women's game and how it's just going from strength to strength, and I think the showcase final very much if it proves that, and obviously with everything around the corner too.
That isn't behind, like, in the tackle, okay? And the other one is then goes straight off the street like that. Okay, she is in here quite fast and she's quite flexible.
I think the Watsonians forwards, Bruce Miller had 28 to choose from, but real power play and strength from Watsonians forwards, and Rachel Law and Susie Clements and McNamara just controlling things in that midfield.
At the moment,
Michael's ladies, hit and hold.
Almost 22 minutes gone. 19 points to nil to Watsonians, and they're winning the key battles. Be up front.
Bind.
Territorial as well, but they're certainly winning the battle on the scoreboard as well.
Hold the weight.
Centre field scrum. Stirling County feed and defend it really well as well. They're able to drop the anchors. Ainsworth, that's the sister.
Lovely pass there by Ainsworth, yeah.
Kirsty Ainsworth and Katie Ainsworth have got a great array of skills, and they're trying to demonstrate them at any opportunity that they get.
Out, 4, out.
Great shape from Stirling County here. Ainsworth on the wraparound, just feeding that ball out wide yet again. Defensively, Watsonians hit their target. Ainsworth's got some options outside her this time. It's outside centre, Claudia McLaren. Trying to get the wheels turning, but again, just met with some stern defence from Watsonians. And County win the penalty. Captain Murdoch wants to go quickly. She manages to feed her playmaker, Ainsworth, who tips the ball on well to Bogan. The towering second row, just looking to get her knees up.
4 step.
Ainsworth again, spilling the ball wide. Luke is there.
No, 4 step.
And County enjoying some great territory now. From the 10-metre line, they've been able to just chip away at this, ease the penalty. Ainsworth now just feeding the ball on, another powerful carry defensively. Great body position.
Murphy, really good.
Ainsworth picks a hole in the line. I've got a chance of an offload there, but just swung round by the Watsonians defence. County will feel that perhaps this is going to be their best opportunity in this opening quarter of this game. And what a try would do to their confidence. The carry by Murphy.
Roll.
County players trying to get to that breakdown quickly to keep the tempo in this attack. Bogan now picking the ball off her toes, which is no mean feat. It's a long way down from there, and does well to compose herself, keep the ball. Tipping out wide, and the final pass just not able to stick there from Stirling County. But that is the best glimpse we've seen of what they can do.
Oh, that really exciting passage of play by Stirling County, as you say, showcasing all their skills both along the back line and then the forwards. We're talking about that second row partnership, Murphy and Bogan, really hard ball carries by both of them.
She's gone.
It's a challenging line out here, a defensive line out for Watsonians. They'll have to try and make this stick, because the Stirling County have been able to eat away at territory from deep inside of their own area. When I feel a turnover here, they might sniff blood. Bit of movement in the line out, accurate as well, and brought down well, and the forwards again congregate and try and get that initial drive in. Shifts it further upfield. Law barking the orders at the base of that as it runs aground. But Watsonians do arrive with the ball in hand. Tenacious work from this forward pack. It's been a relentless 25 minutes. They've had to dig in deep and work hard.
Use it, 9.
McNamara hacks it downfield. And there's a challenging ball to try and gather for Fionn Keys.
No, this is fun.
And it just evades her and rolls down her body, knocked forward on the halfway line. And it's gut-wrenching, isn't it, when all that hard work goes in and just those little errors change the tide of a game. And that's perhaps just what came in there, a great clearance kick, but that little error that comes in there just shifts the momentum back to Watsonians.
Yeah, Stirling County, they'll can take great heart from that in the 22, pressure right on the line, so next time, but they can take great heart from that passage of play. But interesting there, Watsonians, the detail in that exit, really outstanding. They were training at Oriam this week indoors, and I think they've got that detail right.
Sit!
Scrum on the halfway line, again keenly contested, borderline cancelling each other out. They're going against the grain. Offload there from Walker. I think perhaps a little annoyed that Chelsea Gillespie got in the way. I think maybe perhaps a little laugh as well from Chelsea Gillespie as well.
Indeed.
Just
not quite. It's just
nobody's immune from contact in this game, are they? Especially the match officials.
Thank you for not taking me.
I think she's just glad that she never let her get ahead of steam.
Crutch!
Good manner, good manner.
Fine.
We talk about the players a lot as well. It's certainly a great occasion to showcase the match officials as well. And Chelsea Gillespie has managed this game pretty well so far. The tip on from what is the first messy scrum of this game has been well swept up. Watsonians doing their janitorial duties in midfield.
Hi, Myreside.
As Law arrives on the 10-metre line. It throws a bullet of a pass. Her range of passing is really, really impressive. Tip forward and a carry as well. The drop at the shoulder. The offload off the deck, not going to hand. But again, just showing the power in the carries. Ailey Tucker this time.
Her first step, she always manages to get a couple more metres. Really, really strong. She did one just coming out the 22 before the exit as well. Really strong there in the loose head position.
It's always dangerous when you see any player, but especially the forwards in this game and the physicality. As soon as they plant that foot so close to the opposition's body, if they've got ahead of steam, it's really difficult to deal with them defensively. And I feel that's where Watsonians are getting a lot of joy in this game, is in that contact zone. They're able to win that first contact, which is almost dislodging this Stirling County defence. And at 19 points to 0, I think certainly Bruce Miller will be the happier of the two coaches.
Yeah, very much so. Really, really strong. But Stirling County there, their work there, they did get Tucker, force that knock on, so they'll know that if they get their discipline right and their defensive processes right, there is a chance for turnover and to showcase their fantastic attacking play.
Yeah, it's certainly, it might read 19-0 on the scoreboard, but that's more how impressive Watsonians have been. They've not let Stirling County play. They've not let them out of their own half. They've not let them breathe.
And when they came knocking in the 22, just, still shut up shop.
Yeah, defensively, very robust, this Watsonian side. And then the scrum as well, relentless as they drive forward. They make a mess of it, but this time, great hands from Keys, who was able to gather this time on the 10-metre line, looking to get a bit of width in this game now. Stirling County feel that they're going to get a little bit of joy if they can tip the ball on.
No, release 6.
Narrow this defence and get to the fringes. Great carry, and County are now through. Got some defensive cover back there for Watsonians, but again just able to bounce through out wide. Stretch this Watsonians defence. And an infringement at the breakdown as well, as Murdoch wants to go quickly. The captain giving the ball to Ainsworth and then tipped on to Murphy. The forwards asked to make the hard yards. The sisters now link up. The Ainsworths, watched on by head coach Mark, who'll be happy with the endeavour from his daughters there. And Stirling County now inside the 22, shifting the point of contact well to really pick those gaps as Ainsworth just hairs through, and the arc and run, and Stirling County are going to go in for their first try. And I don't think there would be anybody betting against the fact it was going to be Katie Ainsworth to get the first try for Stirling County. You've got to keep a keen eye on her, and she just spotted the hole in the defence and just swaggered her way through for a try for County, richly deserved as well.
Yeah, she orchestrated that build-up superbly, and then just when the opportunity came, she was able to execute. Just drifts slightly and then just cuts back in, finds a soft shoulder. She's been skiing, she said, since she was 6, and she just carves up that middle, rather like Helen Nelson sometime. Really, really ideal, fantastic finish there.
She gets the chance to add the 2 points as well. Right-footed kick, splits the Kinlan. A full 7 points for Katie Ainsworth, and she has been a player I have been immensely impressed with. Even watching her in the warm-up, I was watching her just get round the corner and really keep the tempo high in those passages of play, and she's taken her opportunity well there, and you can see just spotting that gap, that weak link. Great balance of running as well.
There's the balance. Jodie Murdoch, the scrum half, did well, just interested the inside defence enough to hold them, gave the pass, and off they went.
You felt at this point in the game that next score was going to be crucial in terms of the mentality of these two sides for the remainder. And if you're a Stirling County fan watching on, you'll be glad that it was their side that got the next score. Watsonian's kick downfield. Maybe the first time this season we've seen a Stirling side not finish top of the pile and come up trumps in the final.
Yeah, you're referring to the name, the Stirling Wolves winning the Foster Super Series Championships, yeah.
County now looking to play from deep inside their own 22, got a oozing confidence now after that try. It has shown them that they can breach this robust Watsonians defence, tipping on the point of contact again, and certainly a real component in the Stirling County game.
Yeah,
great hands there.
Second pass, yep.
Murphy able to pick up. Ainsworth again. You wonder when the drop-off is going to come from her game, because she looks like she's got bundles of energy. Perhaps that ball just a little bit too wide there though, and Stirling County getting slightly isolated in the carry. It means that Watsonian's going to win the penalty.
Doesn't mean you win it. Stay up. I want to see if you're not winning that ball, let it go.
And then a conversation between Rachel Law and the match official Chelsea Gillespie, explaining the laws, which is great to see. It's a great thing about rugby, the benefit of actually hearing the match officials, and the communication between the players and the respect between the match officials and the players is top quality. And even from winning a penalty, it's great to see them explaining that and setting the standards.
Yeah, very much so, and opportunity again here. A couple of line-outs not quite gone to hand for Watsonians. Let's see what happens here. Fair Walker, go to, and Lucy Winter.
Until your tacklers had done their responsibilities.
King thrown in.
Or
taking her time, sizing up the targets, a bit of movement. and then just hoisted high. The Stirling County players just waited with bated breath for them to drop to the floor, but the ball is just drifted on the outside shoulder. So County will benefit from the put into this scrum. Just over 5 minutes left in this first half. 19-7. Like 5 minutes ago it was a different game, and now with the way that Stirling County have grown into this game, it is shaping up to be an intriguing encounter.
Yeah, very much so. Crucial point of the match, this opportunity again for County.
Bind! Sit!
Murdoch. Scrum half feeds the scrum. The nudge comes on from Watsonians.
What a response.
That's fine.
Ball distributed wide now.
We're gone. High tackle,
It's Kirsty Ainsworth this time. A great
the advantage for high tackle.
gain in territory from County. Forwards tipping on the contact again, and I think that is Bogan who ended up on the end of that one. They've got numbers up on this stand side as well. Great luring of the defender. A little kick of the heels and a charge through there from Heather Davis. I think that kick of the heels certainly demonstrated our intentions to the Watsonians defence. The ball squirming out of that ruck into the hands of McLaren. Weaves her way through a couple of challenges, and now Watsonians are having to deal with a bit of a County onslaught. Fight on the floor is impressive, and now Towie with the ball in hand. Looked like we'd get the first opportunity to watch the youngster glide towards the try line, but it's just drifted forward. But impressive exit there from Stirling County.
Yeah, I'd like to see Towie just getting the ball a bit earlier and a bit more in space. She's just sort of getting it at the last minute, or just not quite where she wants it. But
it's interesting, this game in itself. There's almost a clash in styles. The County like to play the ball with a little bit of width and use Ainsworth, to really keep the tempo high, and Murdoch has been relentless when they've got the ball in hand, where Watsonians are so attritional, and sometimes that perhaps narrows the fringes for the likes of Towie to really get the ball in hand.
Yeah, I think they are very much so. I think County, as the game goes on, be interested to see what happens, because if County can keep that tempo going, I think gaps will open up. They definitely round the width, but also through the middle, as Ainsworth demonstrated. There's gaps there, those line breaks. Mark Ainsworth, her dad, was talking about who can make the most tackle breaks, and certainly Ainsworth's very much capable of that.
Bind!
Along with the majority of her team.
Sit! Hold the weight, hold the weight!
Murdoch, 11th appearance this season. The captain feeding the scrum. Her first season as captain, and she'd love nothing more than to lift that Premiership trophy.
No hands now, rucks form!
Into midfield now. Ball through the hands, and it's been spilled by Keys. The bullet of a pass yet again, just evading the winger. There's a couple of opportunities that Keys has potentially had to gather the ball and really make an impact on the game, and they've somewhat passed her by. I'm sure she'll grow back into it the next opportunity she gets.
Watsonian's just doing enough just to create some doubt, just to defensive line.
Which I'll get into that next time.
Sutcliffe, the hooker for County, thrown in challenging conditions. Then it's again the wind just bites into the ball as it's in flight, and it comes back to the fly half there. Clements, and the bouncing ball has been gathered eventually, and Towie defensively does well.
Ruck!
In a vulnerable position out wide.
No! It's a ruck!
It's Stirling County win the penalty. Murdoch again. I was going to say press the reset button and go quickly, but Chelsea Gillespie has brought that back. A quick tap finds Ainsworth, and then again,
big collision.
Murphy is deployed yet again and shot out of a cannon into the Watsonians' defence. County going against the grain. Another tough challenge out wide, a clatter in the fringes. Murdoch this time is allowed to go quickly, and these penalties have been eating away at territory. Ainsworth just hops out of the first challenge, great pirouette and tip on as well. Great awareness and balance from the fly half. has been stripped though.
It's one motion.
And Watsonians, again in these close encounters, is able to snaffle the ball back and into a biting wind. It's just clattered downfield. And for Mister now, stabs it right footed, which isn't a bad option at all. It's not been gathered well, it's been clumsily dealt with by Watsonians in the backfield. It's a great attacking kick from Mister. Watsonians do survive with the ball in their position on the cusp of their own 22. They'll be looking just to steer this game into half-time and potentially, in the area that they are now, not relinquish any more points. McNamara kicks downfield. It's exited the field of play, and County are growing and growing with every second that passes in this game.
Yeah, Finister Sky, number 15 there, just very much coming into the game. Good kick, and the kick chase was excellent, really putting the pressure on McNamara. McNamara having to respond, but just exiting there.
We've got myths going on.
Entering the final stages of the first half here live
See you, ladies.
on Scottish Rugby of the Women's Premiership final between Watsonians and Stirling County. And Watsonians have shot out the traps, but Stirling County are clawing them back slowly but surely. It's an accurate line out, unorthodox, but it is went to hand, and Stirling County will be delighted that they're going to finish this first half with the ball in their possession. Carry downfield now. A good 8 yards made in that carry. Ainsworth lying deep again, just old trusted Sophie Murphy is charged forward into the defensive line. Stretching the width now. And Tigani Kurukuru just drops the shoulder and powers the legs. Murphy in midfield, marauds forward. Ainsworth carrying laterally, offloading wide as well.
No, release!
The wingers working hard off of their wings. On that occasion it was Sarah Murdoch. Replacement with a power forward.
Yeah, McDonald really carrying hard there in the scrum cap.
Ciara McDonald. Another carry there by Murphy. He's been involved in about 3 or 4 different carries so far. And Keys off her wing.
No.
County sniffing opportunity here.
Step.
It'll change the dynamic of Mark Ainsworth's team talk at half time if they're able to get over the line. Again, Kurukuru. There's one player putting her hand up to try and breach this defensive wall that Watsonians are putting up against this County pack. Against the grain, Ainsworth yet again tips on to Murphy.
Release.
2 players that have been at the nucleus of everything good and positive about County in this first half, but Watsonians live to fight another day, able to isolate the towering forward and win the penalty. Quick tap, McNamara tries to kick it off field, and it's been kept in by Keys. Maybe guilty of a couple of handling errors earlier on, but she has given County another chance in this first half.
I said no hands.
And a bit of Watsonians ill-discipline as well means the penalty is going to go to County. Tip on, Sutcliffe carries now. The hooker being accurate mostly at the line out. McDonald now burrows that blue skull cap into the flailing arms of the Watsonians defence, and another penalty is going to come the way of the visitors. The team who finished second in the campaign have got an opportunity to win the trophy, and Ainsworth is one of the players leading the charge. A twist and a weave towards the uprights. The sting has come out this passage of play, but Murphy now in space. The powers forward, just cut short. And the referee is going to signal half-time. The handling error in there from the second row. They could perhaps let her off with that after the last 2-3 minutes of that game. She was involved in absolutely everything. But it means that Watsonians at half-time, we did say that they didn't want to try and concede. Stirling County have grown into this game, but at half-time it is Watsonians have got a really good lead. But what an end to the first half there from Stirling County.
Absolutely fantastic play by them. Sophie Murphy just breaching that line time and time again. Only playing for 2 years. Absolutely outstanding. But outstanding defence there by Watsonians. You can see them. Their hands were on the knees just at the end there. It was a hard shift to keep Stirling County from crossing their line.
Both teams now head into the tunnel where they'll get a chance to review what's went on in this opening 40 minutes live here from Myreside in front of a healthy spectating crowd who are watching an eventful final. And it was a great start for Watsonians. They were able to get the first try after only 2 minutes, and it was the fullback Macy who was able to blister onto this pass after a penalty was called. Scrum. Macy was the end try scorer.
Yeah, absolutely. That call to take the scrum, totally vindicated. Clements, a lovely, just like draw and pass, and Macy with pace and power there and strength to get over the line. Spotted that gap.
The second try was a little bit more attritional from Watsonians, but perhaps was more what we've been seeing from Watsonians in this game. But Pullman was the player who eventually got over the try line. But again, great work from the forwards throughout that passage of play to get them into that position.
Yeah, look at that support play. Walker, Lafferty, back row, all working in unison. Pullman, we've talked about, they've got 3 props on, and it's really, really showing there in that power play.
The width there on this passage of play was impressive, but it's the challenge riding a bit high. It's the power that was able to be displayed there by Pullman.
And she just drifted off to the left. She didn't go straight forward. She was looking for gaps.
And then, not to be outdone, Lucy Winter got in on the act again. It's forward work, forward drive, and that perhaps is the easiest visual of all that passage of play. But it was the forwards work again that laid it on the platform.
You say easy, but actually, there's a lot of bodies round there. Where's the space? Where's the space? As the composer you're looking. Caitlin Abernethy there doing her part there, setting up the platform in front of Lucy Winter. So there you go, Caitlin Abernethy there, the tight head. Won't score many tries herself, but definitely sort her forward pack out.
And one of the shining lights for Stirling County was able to blaze her way through the defensive line. She's been involved in absolutely everything, Katie Ainsworth, the top scorer in the league campaign, and that is perhaps a little glimpse as to why she's so impressive and important to the Stirling County side.
Very much so. Just such a shining light, and they talked about her maturity. She's only 19. She's going to be 20. Last year was her first year of senior rugby, but definitely showing her true colours there, and no doubt will go on to further representative honours. But Jodie Murdoch there, the captain, just doing enough, working in unison, and just gliding, as you say, just weaving.
It's the intelligence of that, picking the weak spot on the defence. She knows she's got the pace, and I've been thoroughly impressed with her in this opening 40 minutes. And this was the final passage of play as we were approaching half time. And that another player has been immensely impressive is Sophie Murphy, just not able to get over the line. A little melee just short of the whitewash meant that at half time Chelsea Gillespie called that there was no further scoring, and it means it was certainly an interesting end to the first half. But Stirling County grew as every minute passed.
Just the one side, Sophie Murphy went quite high there. Probably next time she goes slightly lower. Freya Walker doing well in defence there, but just probably just as she grows in maturity there, a bit lower, near the try line. You've got to get low.
Well, that has been a tantalising first 40 minutes, and it's set us up for what is going to be an interesting final 40 minutes here at Myreside. Join us back here shortly as we bring you full live and exclusive coverage of the Women's Premiership final. But at the moment, it's Watsonians in the driving seat because they lead Stirling County by 19 points to 7. Welcome back, everybody, to live coverage of the Women's Premiership final. And a brief committee meeting from Stirling County are already on the pitch. Obviously looking how they're going to approach and attack the second half here. We're waiting the arrival of Watsonians. But just a reminder, as Watsonians currently in the lead 19 points to 7, and Mark Ainsworth did not want to keep his players in the changing rooms for too long. He's delivered his message and he's deployed them and sent them out. He'll be wanting players like Sarah Murdoch there to get in on the action. Relatively quiet in the fringes in this first 40 minutes.
A couple of good tackles, but we saw Ailsa Luke there playing the senior leadership role there, chatting away with Katie Ainsworth. Just we want to get tempo, want to get the match going, get wide, get those line breaks going.
Watsonians keeping their opponents waiting at Myreside. As you can see, a sprinkling of spectators in the stand. It's very well attended, this final, and it's been highly entertaining as well. Great skill set on display. I wonder if the players are cursing their coach for sending them out this early. It's bitterly cold in the wind out in the field.
Sarah Murdoch's jumping away.
Bit of movement there. Bruce Miller, the head coach, scratch of the left ear, and knowing him, it's probably a joke in the tunnel. And just awaiting the arrival of the home side, to the roar of the Myreside support. As Rachel Law, the captain, leads her team onto the pitch.
Who's lost the ribbon? Someone else. I'll put it in my pocket, otherwise it's going to get stuck on someone's throat.
Not the most ideal way to start your second half, but the roar of this crowd, I'm sure, will focus the mind.
White!
And we're waiting here at the back of the stand, ready for this second half, and it is now underway. It's Katie Ainsworth kicks it to adjacent to the stand side here at Myreside as darkness engulfs the capital in this early evening here in the Women's Premiership final. Watsonians.
Hold.
It's Law to McNamara.
Now.
The wind has somewhat died as well in the second half, which will be interesting in the narrative of this game. There's still a flutter in the opening channels. But McNamara makes a good clearance downfield, and you can see the Alana McLean, the flag above her head, just fluttering.
Yeah, not as strong, definitely the still of the evening. Slightly less windy.
Let's have a get, Stirling, half a step.
Sutcliffe
Thank
and
you.
Luke have the final conversation before she throws the ball into the line out and finds her target. And the referee has signalled that it's a squint throw, and it is challenging. We did see that the fluttering of the flag, but it plays on a mindset of anybody thrown into a line out. You know, it tempts you just to put it towards that outside shoulder, and perhaps Sutcliffe was a bit guilty of that there.
Yeah, both hookers, just difficult conditions for them. A nice touch there by Chloe Brown, tight head there for Stirling County, just in sympathy there with her hooker. Nice touch.
Crouch. Bind.
Scrum put in. 2 minutes into a half. It's
Hold the weight.
a bit like Groundhog Day here, because that's how Watsonian started the first half.
That's one.
The referee
Hit and hold.
signalling that scrum is going to fruition. As you can see there, Laura Buckingham in the back row for Watsonians now.
Crouch. Bind.
And Law waits patiently at the tunnel, ready for these forwards to lock horns. Feeds the scrum.
Much better,
Another
ladies.
steady
Well done.
platform from this home side. Laying it on a plate for Law to distribute the ball to Clements. Tries to spill the ball wide. It's a risky pass to throw, but Towie is back to sweep up. There's going to be a penalty in there as well, because Clements has got the ball in hand, goes quickly with pirouettes and turns back round and looks to find a willing runner, and she's found one there. Good fends coming in as well. Linking up well, Clements on the wraparound. Law finds McNamara. He distributes and deploys the ball to forward to carry. Clements, who started this game in the second half pretty well, pretty eventful, because Watsonians are now through.
Thank you.
But Clements just guilty of just drifting that ball forward, because McNamara was in behind.
Full pass.
And you said it in the first half as well, but McNamara, she can kick a ball, but she is deceptively quick as well. She eats up the ground.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier, just when on the far right hand side in the first half, she really has got the whole bag of tricks. She really is an outstanding rugby player, and takes the forward pass like that in her stride. Her mental side of the game, her composure is really special too.
Really a dangerous component at inside centre for Watsonians. Now into the scrum. County. They feed. They dig the heels in as well. And Murdoch does great to step out of danger and make some good ground as well. She's well supported by Kira McDonald. Manages to get over the ball. Ainsworth acts as auxiliary scrum half.
Lost now.
Starting to wonder what Katie Ainsworth can't do. She's there again. First receiver and tips the ball on. A power forward from Stirling County. Rachel Cox involved. The ball just evading Ainsworth this time, but well scooped up.
Nice tidy.
Now charge forward, and then they've broken free of the shackles. In behind, Heather Davis doing well.
Stay up, Ryan, stay up.
Now that Watsonian's defence is dislodged.
No, you not stay up. No,
but the referee is going to come back for the penalty. And Ainsworth wants to go quickly. McDonald has got the ball in hand, but the Chelsea Gillespie wants it taken from the mark.
I think that must be the half-time message. Everything at tempo.
McLaren takes the inside channel and does well to carry her, tackle her with her. Tip on as well to Sophie Murphy.
Release now.
But just been slightly isolated there. Chelsea Gillespie spotting that the ball has been suffocated in contact from Watsonians.
That was much better body position. You weren't falling over. That's the difference.
And again, the work on the floor and the work defensively is really laid on an impressive platform for this Watsonian side.
Yeah, they've identified, I would imagine, at half-time, Murphy goes high,
Scrum
and if they can get the tackle in and then the jackal in straight away.
This is what we're talking about in the first half as well. The decisions from deep inside your own area as to what you're going to do. Now, Watsonians have got a really strong scrum, but the elements of the wind do play on the players' minds, and it's a centre field clearance, so they're probably not going to get as much territory as they perhaps would hope to escape from a scrum.
I feel you get the feeling with the exits, this is not a problem area for them. They seem to be really confident, really well drilled. We talked about the details and they've been practicing, but it's not just this week. They've been building and building and building.
6.
The trusty scrum is set, and they arrive with the ball in hand. Walker opts to go inside this time, but she's been absolutely clattered by Kira McDonald. She just arrowed herself into the waist and then gets round as well to steal the ball, and she's done great work on the floor. And Rachel Cox now wants to go quick. Passes the ball to Sophie Murphy, and now Stirling County want to seize their opportunity for some good work from the replacement. And carry forward. And Heather rightly alluded to County wanting to play everything at tempo. A dangerous pass has been well dealt with by County. Stepping out of trouble, having to protect the ball now. Scorned out the set piece, and Ainsworth scoops the ball. Composure required for the County on this occasion. McLaren weaves out of trouble. The advantage coming. They've got a free ball to play with now.
13.
This will put a completely different complexion on the game as Ainsworth just arrows herself towards that try line. The forwards combine, and Luke and Cox, they try and combine to drive over the line.
13, you're on the ground, you're out the game.
They're bringing that back for the penalty. Murdoch is spotting that there's opportunities out wide. McLaren gets the ball and dives over, and Gillespie's having a good look at this, and I think she's signalled that it's potentially been held up. Defensive work there is brilliant to be able to hold up that passage of play.
Sorry.
Yeah, really good tempo there. McLaren's increasingly coming into the game, but look at that defence. Look at that, Sophie Anderson right underneath it, holding that ball up. Great teamwork there.
What have we done?
Taking a clatter as well on the way down.
Someone's lost the ribbon.
But in terms of putting your body in the line in the final, that is an impressive defensive effort. She looks like she's perhaps come off second best, but to stop a nailed-on try from McLaren because she was diving over the whitewash.
Yeah, absolutely, dancing around there. Really, really good feet. From Australia, came across to play for Worcester. They've disbanded, and now she's up here in a fantastic mid-season acquisition for Watsonians.
An interesting start to the second half, and I think Watsonians perhaps will be having conversations about how they can deal with the tempo and the pace.
I think it's also discipline now. You know, they're taking the tap and go. So I think, you know, if you go to at source, let's try and not give away those penalties to let them play at pace.
And how are they going to deal with Sophie Murphy as well? The towering second row has been relentless with the ball in hand.
She's just such a joy to watch in terms of her availability to carry. Just makes herself available.
4 is off, 6 coming, 4's not on. So this is
Placement there as it looks like there's going to be a return to the field for Holland Bogan. Sutcliffe.
Time on.
Bringing the replacements in a second as Watsonians kick downfield, and it's been fumbled out. It's Tekene Kurukuru who's actually been withdrawn before Stirling County, as both teams look to go to the bench to try and win these close battles.
I didn't know if she was in or out first. Hold!
Thrown to the line out for Watsonians. Movement again. Smart movement. It looked almost to the outside shoulder, but the referee signals that's fine. It's a well drilled maul. The ball filtering its way to the back as the Watsonians players filter forward. Loss sees the ball. McNamara links up well with Clements, and the ball then distributed out wide. Good width as Towie eventually gets the ball in hand. She's been shackled but offloads really well over the shoulder.
No head.
Again, not able to find that space that the speedster out wide. But Watsonians opting for width this time. And now opting for brute force. Bring their forwards into the game as they look to try and gain momentum in this tie. Offload there from Clements has just fumbled forward. And this is almost the flip of the coin, because Stirling County are doing what Watsonians did in the first half, playing rugby in the right areas and inviting the mistakes from the opposition.
Yeah, a really good defence there by Stirling County. Watsonians looked at Clements, was playing it out wide to Towie, but Stirling County able to shut up shop and then forced a mistake in midfield there. Good defence.
Hit and hold, binds nice and high, ladies. Crouch.
Jodie Murdoch looking about, craning her neck to see the options that await her if this ball catapults itself out of the scrum. It's been a scrum, and it's in an area of the game where they're probably coming off second best, but that is a much better effort from County. Ainsworth, ball filtering out wide for Mister now. Was driven back, the full-back, as she tried to dance her way out of trouble. Murdoch finds Cox and just tucks the ball close to her body to make sure there's no chance of a turnover as Impact sub Kira McDonald carries forward. Ainsworth really lures the attack and defence into the one area with that ball. It's a real teasing ball that she's able to distribute from her hands. Sizes up her options, again distributing. Good work from the Stirling County players to work the angle as Femister is driven back, but the work there from Holland Bogan to protect her fullback was pivotal to getting that ball back. Murphy now carries the crunching challenges fly in from Watsonians.
What a tackle by McNamara, absolutely outstanding.
Great to see that one back. As Ainsworth again is scragged, but somehow is able to distribute the ball.
Release and roll.
She spots half a gap there, but just not able to take it. As McDonald then sees an even bigger one and powers forward.
That's it.
The county
Fine,
players
you didn't win the clean-up.
doing well to arrive at the scene of the crime.
No hands now.
Protect the ball, the clearance accurate this time again. Eating away at these fine
No
yards.
hands. Right, ball's here.
Footwork perhaps evading Sky for Mister this time, but does well to get the ball back. Heather Davis. And County playing a relentless brand of rugby with pace and abundance. Accuracy is a lot higher than it was in the opening 20 minutes as well. County knocking on the door of that 22. Ainsworth weaves herself out of trouble, then back into it, as Watsonians have to deploy additional personnel to deal with the playmaker from Stirling County.
Go!
McDonald's got a point to prove as well. Had a real big impact in this game. Luke now carrying forward.
Go!
Ainsworth back inside. It's an intelligent ball from the fly half. Not seen a lot of that this game. And now McLaren, who weaves out of trouble the first time.
Release it. Still got
Power step off with that left foot and tried to straighten up the line, but Watsonians defensively getting back in time. But just straying offside, and that comes from relentless pressure. Murdoch goes quickly, gives the ball to Murphy.
You're gonna play.
Watsonians have to go low, double up on the second row. Luke challenges.
Hands out.
The Watsonians defence there. And County looking to try and lurk their way to the fringes to then stretch the width. The advantage coming yet again, so County have got a free ball to play with, and McDonald is champing at the bit to test that Watsonians defensive line. Ainsworth goes one way, then against the grain. She brings in Holland Bogan. The Watsonians are backs to the wall here defensively.
High tackle.
There's another penalty coming, and again Murdoch is going to go quickly. The defensive line up quick there from Watsonians, but the players are powered over the line, and the defensive resilience yields eventually from Watsonians, and Stirling County get over the line and narrow the margins. And it looks like Chloe Brown is the player getting the plaudits there. A wry grin from the front row forward. And that was relentless pressure from County.
Absolutely, came from outstanding defence, and then that just pressure and tempo, and just staying alert. Jodie Murdoch there, and Chloe Brown getting low. We talked about that, they needed to get lower, and finishing it off, Ailsa Luke, her fellow prop, powering her over. Really, really good, but some nice inside balls, some nice release balls. Sophie Murphy not always taking it up. Release balls in that interplay of attacking play, nice variation.
Cox with the conversion. Gets under it, and it goes over the sticks as well. It's an additional 2 points, and that could be an important 2 points in this final. 19 points to 14.
Well done.
She liked that one. What a kick. Not many number 8s taking the kicks these days. Broom from Troon would know about that, but great kick.
Great conversion attempt, which added an additional 2 points to that try. Heather Davis liked that as well. A jubilant punch of the air and a kick of the heels from the back row forward. And we've got game on here in the Premiership final. Sutcliffe charges out of her own 22 and swats the defensive efforts from Watsonians away. County playing with width and accuracy and tempo in this second half.
Tackle release.
Whatever Mark Ainsworth said at half time is still ringing in the ears of this side.
On now.
A kick downfield is able to turn the Watsonians backfield, evading the first challenge. Well swept up, well dealt with from Watsonians, who are really struggling to get a foothold in this game. The opening 15-16 minutes has been all Stirling County, and again they turn over the ball.
No hands
Bound
down, no
over the
hands
10-metre line.
Out.
with the ball in hand. Ainsworth haunched down trying to gather the ball, but County again get the penalty. Murdoch wants to go quickly yet again, and it's Ainsworth. It's the fly half, and she's angling a run out wide, and she's having to go back in field.
Release, tackle!
And that is where the defensive pressure comes on from the home side. And the second bite comes in, the second wave comes in from Watsonians. There's a knock on.
Right ball.
And you cannot take your eyes off of Katie Ainsworth.
There's that turnover there in the far side, absolutely outstanding.
Climb on. Climb back on.
As you say, relentless tempo.
Climb on.
Murdoch and Ainsworth just constantly upping the tempo of the game.
It's an effervescent
Knock on.
half-back partnership
Near ball. Knock on.
between Murdoch and Ainsworth.
Murdoch was talking earlier in the week about what a difference Ainsworth has made, just coming out of juniors, but just you know, a wise head on young shoulders.
She certainly doesn't look out of place
Crouch.
in this lineup.
Bind. Sit.
A lot of impressive players in both sides as well.
Yeah, great to see showcasing quality rugby.
McNamara tucks the ball under the shoulder and evades her own 22-metre line.
Step here, step.
Runs into that red, black and white wall which has confronted her most of the game. Clements with that flat pass. Couple of options there as Bogan has to try and dip low to make the challenge. Ball now getting through the hands for Watsonians, who try to get a little bit wider, but an unforced error coming in there. Coughs up possession and invites Stirling County back into the game to test the home side. The early outstretched arm there showed the intentions from the Stirling County runners.
Advantage over.
Try scorer Brown has invited the error there yet again, and yeah, I think we know what's going to happen. Murdoch goes quickly, finds Ainsworth, and then she's just tipped onto Bogan, and she's blistering her away towards the try line. Cox now. She's been well challenged.
Roll.
Manages just to roll into a favourable position. The ball squirms out, and again the penalty advantage coming against Watsonians. You mentioned it, Heather, discipline is starting to turn the tide of this game.
Yeah, that constant pressure, that quick constant pressure is forcing those moments of ill discipline.
No, stop.
Player down just in front of the what would be the next passage of play, so Chelsea Gillespie, rightfully so, is just going to give a little halt in play. And you know, we spoke about the players that are on display, and you know, we've obviously been speaking about the likes of Katie and Kirsty Ainsworth, you know, Brown the try scorer as well, the replacement Kieran McDonald for Stirling, you know, and there's players likes of Winter and King that played well. Law, you know, they're all playing for positions, and what is that, an era of opportunity for women's rugby.
And Bogan as well, they're all stepping up, as like they're finding their rhythm.
Ainsworth, Brown, McLaren gets out wider, just short of the line. And County are knocking at the door yet again. But it's been carried forward, well suffocated by Watsonians.
It is a maul.
And that could be a big passage of play in the context of this game.
Yeah, well held up by the maul by Watsonians there, taken in by County, held up by Watsonians ball. But some great play, absolute grit and determination from both sides here. More subs.
15 white. 15
Couple of replacements there for
Is that it?
Watsonians.
13. 15 and 13. Am I sure about 13?
Both sides looking to go to the bench. Julie Lyons, one of the replacements on. One try so far this season.
Let's go!
Played in Ireland's equivalent of this division.
Time's on.
He comes with a lot of experience. And Bruce Miller will be hoping that he's
Crouch!
deployed an important
Fight!
member of this squad from the bench.
Sit! Hold, flick. Hold, flick.
Mary Nelson also in at scrum half.
Go on back.
Scrum still solid. Clements gets underneath that, perhaps doesn't make distance at all. That is a dangerous bouncing ball into this biting wind at Myreside, but it's bobbled off the field of play. And it gives a tantalising attacking opportunity for Stirling County. But you can see Clements just got underneath that, just swung the leg and didn't make the contact that she hoped.
Here's your mark here. You move it down.
First half 19 points for Watsonians, and Stirling County got one against the play. The wind is definitely dictating points in the area of play.
Strong wind, but it's nothing for Cox at the back of the line out, and just able to pluck that out of the sky as it arrowed its way through that line out to the swarm of hands that were waiting. But it does look like Watsonians have snatched it back close to this touchline on Standside here at Myreside in this women's Premiership final. Watsonians yet to score in this second half, yet to really be out of their own half at all. There's been relentless pressure from Stirling County. Watsonians bring width into their game, go centre field. Law back in the pocket, finds McNamara. Her angled run now evades the challenges, and now she's hot-footing it into the Stirling County half. A hack downfield that has been bitten in the wind. And now it's just a matter of football. The bouncing rugby ball has went the way of Stirling County. They just went. Watsonians had nowhere to go. They've escaped their own 22 and swung the momentum back in their favour. A slender 5-point lead, a dangerous 5-point lead in this women's Premiership final. And the kick downfield gathered well. A slow, calculated run back in towards the Stirling County territory. Tipped on. The forwards linking up well.
Roll out, Black. No hands, no hands.
Mary Nelson having to dig about. It's interesting to see what this personnel reshuffle is going to bring for this Watsonian side. Rachel Law still in the field of play, started at scrum half. She's been replaced by Nelson in that position. Maintains her position on the field of play.
Come on, 9.
Power forward.
No hands.
Reverting back to tight now, Watsonians. But the ball has been coughed forward. And now Sutcliffe has got a chance. He sets up the platform. County have got options out wide, but not looking for them this time because Sophie Murphy has tucked the ball. Ainsworth has to gather. It's getting pretty scrappy, but it looks like McLaren is going to wheel her way out of her own half.
Release!
The width that County are getting in this game, in this second half, is
roll out.
A big component as to how they're having so much joy. Bogan in close quarters does well to find the challenge, find the running player. Keys is challenged well.
Right.
Lovely release ball.
Back inside to Sarah Murdoch.
No.
Just clattered
Off
back
your feet,
and well protected by our partner Jodie Murdoch, who was there waiting, ready to just distribute the ball.
Got advantage, 9.
Ainsworth to McDonald. A combination which is rolled off the tongue effortlessly in the second half.
Roll! Stay up, 19, stay up!
County yet again patient in their build-up, accurate in their
She's fine, play there.
skill set.
Yeah.
Creak their way towards the 22. But the fight on the floor from Watsonians has meant that they have
Almost.
come up with the ball in hand in the final stages of this Women's Premiership final, live on Scottish Rugby. 14 minutes left between these two sides. Only 5 points separating them so far, as the ball is filtered midfield. Winter has to deal well, but the challenge was slightly high. Chelsea Gillespie spots that. Advantage coming for Watsonians.
I've got advantage. Stop.
Great technique there for the steal from Sutcliffe. Not able to get there quick enough that time. Watsonians now getting wide, getting to the fringes. They've broken the defensive resilience of County this time, who scramble back brilliantly.
Stay up, Reed.
Advantage gone. Watsonians, however, still have the ball in hand. Clements with a flat ball that's was well juggled. It looked like it had went forward then back, and the frustration then coming on from Watsonians. They're finding life tough in the second half against an inspired County side.
Yeah, it's not just Stirling County's attack, it's their defence. Holland Bogan there was up, just stopping them at all costs. I think there's a real that mentality right across the board. McNamara did a brilliant breakdown that left-hand channel, but this time it was thwarted. Really good defence. Equally good defence by turnover there by Watsonians earlier as well. So both sides just absolutely giving it everything.
They definitely are. A lot of break in play, and both sides are in slightly different positions. You feel Watsonians have to be safe and careful just now.
Got a substitution for 4 Watsonians.
Stirling County certainly can see a window of opportunity. It's finally poised, and you know, after 31 minutes, if you would have seen a scoreline like this, Watsonians were relentless in the opening half hour, but Stirling County have grown and grown. And Sophie Anderson is going to be helped off the pitch. That heavily strapped left leg has perhaps just given up on her 11 tries so far this season. She's not going to add to that.
Superb season. Well played, Sophie. Lots more to come. Rest up.
Well deserved round of applause.
Time on, Clancy.
She'll have to watch on for the sidelines in the final stages of this Premiership final. She'll have everything crossed, hoping that her teammates can get over the line. And they currently hold a slender advantage against a County side who are growing with every passing second of this game. Centre field scrum. McLaren has found Keys, who's not able to unlock the defence. Now Ainsworth tipping the ball on again to try and entice the defence a little bit narrower and open the opportunities out wide, or exploit that power drift. Keys again for Mr. the fullback, powering off one challenge.
Roll.
Defensively somewhat passive in the second half, Watsonians.
Offside.
Cox now got the last points in this game with that conversion. And Ainsworth finds Murdoch, the tip on there. Has found Ailey Fleming. Well picked up again by Bogan.
22, you need to sit, that's 2 in a row.
The composure
Still
from
got the advantage, Black.
Stirling County now is impressive. The patience and the endeavour, and Cox has found Murdoch now. Sarah Murdoch this time has just been stripped by McNamara, but the penalty advantage is still goes the way of the visitors. Right in front of the uprights. Ainsworth taps it on that the trusted right boot, and just tips it straight on to Sophie Murphy.
Hindmost.
Another lung-busting run towards Watsonian's defence. Bogan tips on, soft hands.
Roll.
Luring her teammate onto that ball. Ainsworth finds McDonald. That blue skull cap just dragged short of the line. Options short and out the back there for County. And there's a chance here. They're just not able to twist their body and contort it into position to
Murdoch screaming for it out wide.
breach that line. Ainsworth goes right, finds Murphy. She's scythed down short of the line. Ainsworth again. They just twist, pirouettes, dives over, and she gets the score as well. Stirling County draw it level. 10 minutes to go in this final with a kick to come. And it is the top point scorer in the league who gets the try. Evasive footwork yet again from the fly half, just unlocks the defence for Watsonians.
Just superb composure, vision, real good interplay work there between the backs and the forwards. Absolutely outstanding by everyone there. Look, there's Ainsworth sending Murphy on her way, punching holes in that Watsonian outstanding Watsonian defence as well. But then just change of footwork, look at that balance. 3 Watsonians players trying to stop her. Well played.
You spoke about rugby intelligence, and just to have that ball in that right arm meant that as soon as she powered off of that left foot, the ball was in the best attacking position. As we can see, the wind is playing a bit of bother because the cap's blown off from the support coming onto the field of play. I want somebody to come and just support that ball because this is an important conversion attempt coming up. Right footed from Ainsworth, it's low but it just scrapes off the paintwork on the bar. And for the first time in this game, 71 minutes gone, Stirling County get their noses in front. It's Watsonians 19, Stirling County 21.
Mark Ainsworth, the coach, said whoever turns up on the day, both teams are turning up on the day. What an absolute fantastic finish to this match.
Stirling County still have one game to play in the regular league campaign, but there's 11 points separate them in the table as it stands on the day of the final. There's 2 points separate them now. And now, how does Stirling County cope with being in the driving seat and managing this game? Because it's Watsonians who are having to play into a biting headwind. After 14 games, unbeaten, 1 drawn. Their fingers are starting to be uncurled on this Premiership trophy by the team in second place. And this Stirling County side are drawing a bit of inspiration from their male counterparts who were able to beat Ayrshire Bulls in the Super Series final after finishing 4th in the campaign. McNamara offloads the ball and just scoops it into their teammates' hands. Murphy challenges.
Hindmost.
Who blinks first in this game? It's an entertaining final. We've got 7 minutes of it left. It's 7 minutes for one of these sides to win or lose it.
No.
A rare foray into the Stirling County half for Watsonians. That narrow pass is just scythed through the defence this time. Bit more tempo, bit more accuracy, bit more width as well as Rachel Law gets the ball in hand, tips it on, defensive cover required for County.
Hands up. Hindmost. Let's go, girls, go!
The pick and go. Is it breached? Are they through?
Not
Just
there.
short of the line.
Stay up, balls here,
And Chelsea Gillespie with a keen eye on that. A couple of metres shy. Now Watsonians want to try and flex their muscles up front.
She's short! She's short!
Round the corner, they burrow.
Hold up.
And they've been held up as well.
I didn't hear this. Like
And Stirling County just able to get underneath. The on-rushing pressure from Watsonians. And probably rightfully so, take a breather. Well, give me a chance as well.
I think it was even Katie Ainsworth underneath that try-saving tackle. Just Amazing play there. Watsonian spotting the gap there and just picking and going, but just not quite getting the ball down over the line.
21 Stirling, substitution.
Mary Nelson there with a break.
It's been an impressive final. All these players, the full squad, as you see there. Nelson's come off the bench and added a new dynamic to the side, but you can see the bodies bundling down and just protecting that line.
Okay. Well, they don't have a 21.
Tagani Kurukuru is back on the field of play as well.
Is that who you want? Time's off. Are we correct with our subs?
Bit of fresh legs in the Stirling County side. Goal line dropout.
Time on.
Watsonians are just waiting. It's been charged down as well, just short of the line. And has it been grounded? And if it has, how important could this be? Because this is going to be an attacking scrum to Watsonians, 5 metres from the county line.
Amazing play there by Watsonian, just staying alert, putting the pressure on. 5 minutes to go. Ainsworth kicking it straight direct into Watsonian's player. Yeah, just straight into Sarah Donnelly there.
Crotch.
Perhaps showing Katie Ainsworth is human after all. The first blot on her copybook and what has been an impressive final for the youngster. Nelson to feed the scrum. An important scrum for both sides. The pressure coming on, and Watsonians stretch over the line. The roar of the crowd is somewhat premature because it's been fumbled short of the line.
She's placed it forward.
And the referee signalling. Well, there's going to be a scrum coming on now for Stirling County.
Yeah, gone for a Walker. What absolutely amazing. Just,
ladies, I need a hit and a
just
hold.
Just a fumble there.
Soon. Hit and hold.
Great run off the back of the scrum though.
Not one to argue, but that's an interesting camera angle anyway.
That's right, yep.
That could be an important decision in this game. 2 points is the difference.
Bind.
4 minutes is the time remaining.
6.
And this scrum.
Hold it up, hold it up.
I would imagine Stirling County are going to feel a bit of pressure here.
Stay square.
And they deal with it brilliantly. Ainsworth tips the ball on to Tagani Kurukuru. A little clip of the heels as well, and she's up towards the 22.
No hands.
The pressure release valve has just been twisted somewhat to ease the tension in this county side. Murphy carries first, and then McLaren.
Release, tackler!
Entering the final stages of this game, this Premiership final, and Ainsworth is through yet again. Slalom and run over the halfway line.
Roll, tackler, out.
And from a defensive position where Watsonians looked like they were nailed on to score.
Use it.
Stirling County now.
Hands out. Hands out.
Murphy yet again. Stirling County now up to the 10-metre line. And they can taste victory here. They can sense success in back-to-back Premiership trophies, wins for this side. And McDonald has played her part off the bench. We still have a couple of minutes left in this game.
Advantage over.
And certainly the way it's gone, you wouldn't bet against Watsonians coming back, but a clattering run there from Brown.
Right, we're going to stop here.
The referee signalling. There's a coming together there, a head injury.
Right, time's off, guys, time's
Certainly
off.
not surprised after the ferociousness of the carry there from Stirling County, but we spoke about the players that are on display here and the opportunities that are coming up. I think before we talk about the opportunities, it's probably a good time to perhaps pick out your player of the match.
Well, I think especially in the second half, Watsonian started superbly. Stirling County have come back, and the last 20 minutes have just been outstanding, quality rugby both sides. But for her 2 tries and for her control of the match to date, still time left on the clock, is number 10 from Stirling County, Katie Ainsworth. Well played.
She's been at the nucleus of everything impressive in this game. See her there in conversation with for Mr. But Katie Ainsworth has been impressive, and whatever side lifts the trophy and lifts the Premiership crown, she has been one of the standout players in this final.
11 substitution.
Donna number 10.
Oh, thank you.
Katie Ainsworth is the women's Premiership final player of the match, and
Penalty only, high
Heather,
tackle.
it's hard to disagree with you. Murdoch feeds McDonald, and she just splinters through the defence. And Stirling County
Well done.
are wanting to end this final with an attacking endeavour as the ball scooped to McLaren. Sarah Murdoch is battered trying to defend for the ball, and there's going to be a scrum put in. Time is dwindling out of the egg timer for Watsonians if they're going to lift the trophy.
2.5. 2 left.
Chloe Brown just leaving the field there, and hopefully look after that head injury.
The speed of the attention was certainly impressive when the medical staff had got on. Quickly noticed the danger, but it could be
6.
Chloe Brown
Hold the weight, hold it.
who could be one of the instrumental players in this game to help County lift back-to-back Premiership trophies. To Geni Kurukuru, to McLaren, who wheels out of trouble, and just has to get the offload in. A twist and a turn, and it looks like it's another try, and that is going to be the Premiership winning try. And it's Fionn Keys who's going to get the match winning score for Stirling County. 19-0 down on the half-hour mark, and with a minute on the clock, they now lead the table toppers Watsonians by 19 points to 26, and that is going to mean that Stirling County can breathe a sigh of relief, because they're going to be lifting the Premiership trophy, and it all came from this try here.
Lovely pass there. Clyde McLaren just making it, and she's just managing to stay on her feet and just get that offload away. Great support line there by Keys, and she had some work to do to ground that ball. They've been trying to get that out, and it's not quite gone to hand, but this time they managed to do it. Good scrum, good set piece, and great finish.
The scrum has improved a lot during this game. It's helped them build that platform in the second half, but it has been the old cliche of a game of 2 halves, and how important was that try from Ainsworth in the first to narrow the margins.
Turning point.
Cox now out wide, lumps it close towards the uprights, and it just ricochets off the bodies in behind. Not able to add the extras, and we've got time on the clock for the injuries. That perhaps the clock we've got on display not reflective of Chelsea Gillespie's. However, Watsonians, they need to score, and they need a conversion as well if they're going to have any hope of lifting the Premiership trophy. Important restart here. They'll need to get it back. They kick it downfield, the wind bites in, the ball bounces back, but it bounces into the mitts of a Stirling County player. And Sophie Murphy, not for the first time, has the ball in hand, and Captain Murdoch kicks the ball off the field of play. The Watsonians players drop to their knees, while the Stirling County players rejoice in jubilation. Backs against the wall. They've come back from 19 points to 0 down on half an hour. and they are your women's Premiership champions.
What a superb final. Watsonians, just fantastic start, superb tries, but Stirling County in the second half just came a bit more alive. Their defence tightened, and their awesome quick tap penalties just put relentless pressure on the Watsonians and some superb finishes.
What a moment for this side. A team who perhaps had a point to prove. They have been defeated by Watsonians already this season, technically twice, but one of those games was a bit of a non-contest due to player availability, and they had revenge on their minds, and there's no sweeter revenge than uncurling the fingers of the opposition from that Premiership trophy, and they've had to do that. It was the Watsonians' hands were locked on it after half an hour.
I think it was just from both sides, just wanted it so much, and it was so evident. And I think it was just controlling those little moments. I think that tempo in the second half from Stirling County really told.
What a captivating 80 minutes of rugby here at Myreside. Both sides.
Did you like the second rows? Holland Bogan and Sophie Murphy, absolutely. Just ones for the future, absolutely. And now, really, really good.
Murphy for me, I think in terms of the player of the match, second half, second 40 minutes, she had an instrumental phase of play in that, a passage of play in that game, a couple of them where she just really carries forward. But you know, Ainsworth, obviously Katie Ainsworth, player of the match. A lot of really important players in the Stirling County side, equally so in the Watsonian side. We didn't see enough of Towie, who we built up pre-match, but McNamara in midfield was potent at times. Rachel Law as well. You've got to say the back row as well of Winter and Lafferty and Walker were important, but in the end, hoisted high is their match winner, Katie Ainsworth. And what scenes we're seeing here at Myreside on the main pitch, it's brilliant to see and brilliant to showcase what has been a great game. And this is the opportunity for these players, as we see the spectators get down pitch side. It's a great scene here at Myreside, but we were on about it pre-match, during the game, the opportunities of this in this era for women's rugby, to showcase it like this. It's so important, and there's a few players out there that certainly grasped their opportunity.
Very much so. The men's games have been going on just prior to the women's game here, and there's a great crowd here, and really appreciating the standard and quality on rugby on show from both teams. The finishing, I think the teamwork as well. You can see Watsonians in that huddle there. They know there's more to come. They'll be back for the Serie Bini Cup after Christmas.
Stirling County, who still have a game to play, which could be important in the context of this division, will go into it as Premiership champions. The wingers there, Keys and Murdoch, celebrating. The embraces coming on as well from the coaching staff and the replacements. Aitken Robinson there.
Jodie Murdoch was talking, the captain was talking earlier when she remembered that Stirling County were bottom of the Premiership, and now back-to-back wins. I think that's just a really, really special moment for her. Great resilience, great consistency, and a great performance pathway, bringing those juniors through. There's National Youth Finals on tomorrow. Stirling County will be participating in that against Biggar, both in the under-16s Girls' Cup and the under-18s. Great pathway coming through.
Yeah, but it's excellent to see as well, you know, in terms of teams that you mentioned there, like Biggar got a really strong female section as well. So, you know, a player in the Rachel Phillips that originates from Biggar as well on the Watsonian side, and it's great to see the strength of the women's game growing. You know, it's occasions like this, Watsonians will be dejected in the fact that they've been defeated as they get the silver medals hung around their neck. But it's the opportunity to play at this level in this showcase, you know, which grows the game essentially.
Absolutely, and Emily Cotterill, Director of Women and Girls Rugby at Watsonian, she's been developing the Wildcats, the youth, the junior section for Watsonians, never had before, so both sides, it's just, they'll be back, and great, tremendous. They can be really, really proud, undefeated during the regular season, they can be super proud of that. 13 matches won and 1 drawn, that's an outstanding record in any league.
It's great to see these players, Rachel Law there as well. She's embracing every single player that comes off from receiving the silver medal. You know, it's there's a lot more to winning and losing a game of rugby. It's, you know, it's bitter to lose, but the lessons that you learn as individuals as well. That's a great display there from the captain, Rachel Locke. Showing real leadership.
Oh, she's just a phenomenal leader. Been playing for 21 years. Sister of Sarah Law, a Scotland superstar, and really brought this team together, because really last year Watsonians had lost a lot of players, didn't have a coach. Now they've got head coach and Bruce Miller, other coaches coming on side too. We've got Claire Bain, assistant coach, Gordon Lang coming in. Real structure, bringing in new players. Youth team coming through. We talked about Towie. There's Fair Walker just about to receive her medal there. Really good line out, good off the back as well, and just not quite there.
Do you feel it's any coincidence that these two sides, who have obviously Super Series franchises, are as strong at the women's game as well? Because even when you're articulating the development and changes at Watsonians, it all kind of signals down to a one club mentality. You know, across the board, all squads the same. Everything is as professional as it needs to be. Do you feel there's a coincidence there?
I think there's definite points. Like for instance, John O'Willis is in the manager for the Super Sixes side for Watsonians today. So there's definite advantages, and then working together in the future to make advances even more.
Match officials now get presented with their medals, and an excellent job they've done in this game.
That was Mike Bruce handing out the rugby board rep, handing out the runners-up medals, and then the president of Scottish Rugby, Colin Rigby, hanging out the winners' medals.
And now the Stirling County players, rather tentatively, walk up for their medals. A lot of smiles on the faces of these players, a lot of impressive displays. Bogan, medal hung round her neck, was impressive throughout. Her second row partner there as well, Sophie Murphy, was impressive. And Tigeni Kurukuru as well had to be deployed in various positions.
Heather Davis, some excellent breaks as well, just received her medal before Rachel Cox there.
A lot of these figures, a lot of these players certainly played their part. McLaren, perhaps at one point we thought she was going to play a huge part in scoring that try. Great defensive resilience from Watsonians that time. For Mister as well. Replacement McDonald was impressive.
Yeah, very much so.
Very pugnacious.
Absolutely.
In the second half. The final players will get their medals. And what a moment for this squad and this team. Coming into this game underdogs, albeit reigning and current champions. And it's now captain Jodie Murdoch, who would have been dreaming about this last night. Her first season as captain, lifts the trophy to crown Stirling County as the women's Premiership champions.
Watsonians been absolutely super runners-up. Sporting clapping the champions. Fantastic match, both sides.
Murdoch lifting the trophy. Married in September. I wonder how high this will rank in terms of magical moments. Obviously to winger Sarah Murdoch and teammates.
Absolutely, it's all special moments.
And Stirling County will get an opportunity to bask in the celebrations and enjoy this moment with their teammates. Memories that I'm sure will last a long time in the memories of these players. And that's going to be a picture which is going to be hung on the walls at Bridgehaugh for a long time. Back to back Premiership champions.
Congratulations to all for all their hard work through this league season.
Fiercely competitive, that mid-table, the likes of Heriots in there as well. You know, teams beating each other, Hillhead, Jordan Hill, Christorfin. You know, it's a really competitive league.
Yeah, a few points in it, and Geary playing at Cartha today as well, and deciding and Stuart Trade to play Stirling County after Christmas, and yeah, the 8th place team goes into a regional playoff, so that's all really exciting as well after Christmas.
All helps aid in the growth of this women's game, and what an occasion we've been treated to on a Saturday late in December, and blustery. It's cool, but that's certainly raised the temperatures here in the capital, and it's Stirling County who are your Premiership champions. Obviously not a great amount of action in the second half in terms of try scoring and points that were on the board. However, there was a lot of key important points in the game, and it all started in the second half. It was the quick tap, and
we saw this quick tap again and again and again, and Brown, really, we talked about that second half at tight head, her ball carrying ability at tight head. You know, if you've got your front row offering herself again and again, good pace on her as well. Great take.
It was an important score as well. You know, you can see her just getting back on her heels, carrying the ball, good body position as well.
She's strong.
Powerful leg drive, gets over the line, but that was the try which, you know, at 31 minutes Ainsworth got her try, but that was the try that perhaps she thought realistically Stirling County could come back into. Again, a great carry there from Murphy for the second try of the second half, and there's your player of the match, weaving her way out of traffic, great ball position, and then over the line.
Yeah, it's literally just goes up to Susie Clement and just manages just to step. But again, Sophie Murphy, we talked about her, I think just with more and more games and more technical just work, it's absolutely phenomenal talent for the future, but great finish there at Ainsworth. So mature, so mature.
Very impressed with the performance of Katie Ainsworth, and then it was all wrapped up here. One of the final passages of play, McLaren with a powerful run, out of trouble, but it's that offload, and Keys, who had a torrid first half, was able to get her crowning moment and then lifted off the ground with her teammates, because that was the championship winning try right there, and that took it away from Watsonians in all realism.
Simple hands. Ainsworth talked about rugby's a simple game. Tagani Kurukuru just managing to do a simple pass there to McLaren. McLaren has the ability, like any good 13, stay in their feet, stay strong and get the offload away.
How Watsonians will come back to rue that opportunity underneath the shadows of the county posts when they had that scrum, and it all led to this moment for Jodie Murdoch, the captain in her first season as captain of Stirling County, enjoys leading her side to back-to-back Premiership wins.
Ailsa look there, just in the back there, just played a role there, not played in every match, but has played certainly a senior leadership match role. She was captain last year and has ably supported all those coming through this year.
Well, what an occasion we've had here at Myreside, and it is the team who finished second who are going to go into the festive period with the best gift of all, because Stirling County have just been crowned Women's Premiership champions for 2023. Back-to-back trophy wins for the club as they've toppled Watsonians. Thank you for joining us here, and we hope you all have a wonderful festive period. But it's Stirling County who are your Premiership champions after winning against Watsonians by 26 points to 19.